This is Starry Arts ASMR. I am Ari, and today I would like to bake some banana muffins. So we have a recipe that we found quite a long time ago. We did not come up with this recipe. We did find it online. If I can find it again, I will link it in the description. I am also not a great baker, but we love these banana muffins and they always turn out great. I haven't ever messed them up. So these banana muffins I like to make when we have extra bananas that are either getting a little wilted or just looking a little sad, and the muffins are perfect for just kind of like a grab and go snack. So my husband and I love them. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our recipe box here. And we have lots of recipe cards. And these are our most used recipes. So we have our savory recipes here. And back here in the strawberry one, we have our more sweet recipes. And here's our banana bread muffins. I think that the recipe called them skinny banana bread muffins because they're supposed to be like a lower calorie snack. I think if I recall it was like 100 calories per muffin. So, I mean, they're not incredibly healthy. But so this is the recipe card that I have for those. And we have added chocolate chips before, or we did like peanut butter chips one time, and that is pretty tasty, but we generally just do these just kind of plain like this. So we will need 4 bananas, or 1 1/3 cup roughly. We'll need 1 large egg. We will need vanilla extract, light brown sugar, granulated sugar, ground cinnamon, baking soda, salt, all-purpose flour, and unsalted butter melted. So I'm going to gather these ingredients and then we can get started. I also like this recipe box has a little holder at the top. You can just slide the card in, and then that way I can just slide this off to the side and look at the card as I need it. So I've gathered all of the ingredients that we will need. I have our flour, our brown sugar, our granulated sugar, 1 large egg, 4 sad-looking bananas, 2 tablespoons of margarine, vanilla extract, cinnamon, and baking soda. The recipe does call for salt, but since I'm using the salted margarine, I'm going to leave that out. And here are the directions. So we need to first grease a muffin pan or line with paper liners and preheat the oven to 350. So I'm going to grab my muffin pan and preheat the oven. So I have our muffin tin here, which I just lightly greased. So I'm going to set this off to the side. Now the next thing that we need to do is mash the bananas in the mixing bowl. So here is our mixing bowl. I think it's a little larger than what we need. I usually use our smaller one, but that is in the dishwasher. So this one will do just fine for us today. So right now I'm just So I have peeled all of the bananas and they're in this bowl. And now we need to mash them. I do not have a good tool for mashing things, so I'm just going to use this fork. So I am going to jump in here with a voiceover because I am somebody that does not like wet, squelching sounds in ASMR videos, and I didn't include a disclaimer in my intro or anything, so I know there are lots of other people like me that just can't stand it, so I cut the audio for this part, but I'm just mashing the bananas, and then when we mix the batter later, the audio is a little bit better and not as squelchy. So I have mashed the bananas now, and it's still pretty chunky, but that's okay. And the next step is to add egg, vanilla, brown sugar, granulated sugar, and cinnamon, and stir well to combine. So I'm going to add our one egg. And we need 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And we need 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And we need 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is certainly not a low sugar recipe. And we need 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Oops, I accidentally spilled a little extra in there, but that's okay. I love cinnamon. I have a mixing spatula here, so I'm just going to mix all of this together. So this is going to still be pretty chunky just because of the bananas in here. But I think that this is nice and well mixed now. So I'm going to set this off to the side. the next step here. In a separate small bowl, stir together flour, baking soda, and salt, which we're leaving out. So I need the flour and baking soda. So here is our bowl. And I need 1.5 cups of flour, so I'm using my 1/2 cup measuring scoop. And I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm just going to take a fork and stir this together and just kind of mix the flour and baking soda. And try and make sure that there aren't any clumps. Okay. Now I'm going to add this to our banana mixture. And stir this all together. Okay, I think that is looking pretty good. And the last thing we need to do is gently stir in the melted butter. So I'm going to put this in a cup and microwave it for a little bit to melt it. Okay, I have our mug of melted butter here. I'm going to pour this in and just gently stir. Okay, so I think that looks good for our batter. And here is our muffin tin that I'm going to spoon the batter into. I probably should have grabbed a different spoon to do this instead of just the mixing spatula, but here we are. Okay, so I'm now going to put these in the oven. The recipe says to bake it for about 18 to 25 minutes. I think that I usually am able to do 18 on the dot, and it usually works out okay, but we'll see. So here are our finished muffins. As you can see, I did not evenly fill in the cups, but that's okay. I already tested it with a toothpick and they came out clean. So now I'm going to let these cool in the pan and then I can remove them. Okay, the muffins have been cooling for a bit, so I'm going to move them onto the cooling tray just to finish. And they're not too hot, so I'm just going to grab them out with my hands. Okay. The difference in size is quite funny to see, but I'm sure that they will all be tasty nonetheless. So I'm going to let these fully cool down before we can enjoy them. So this is what they look like inside, and it's just this really nice soft banana bread texture. I love to have these as a little morning snack. I usually pop them in the microwave for just a little bit to warm them up. And then I like to put butter on mine. My husband usually does peanut butter on his, but sometimes we also just grab one plain and just have it as a quick little snack. Well, I hope that you enjoyed watching me make some yummy banana bread muffins. I really love these muffins. I think that they are so tasty, and it's a great way for us to get some use out of bananas that maybe have gotten a little sad. I hope that you have a wonderful rest